It's 4 o'clock, good afternoon, and welcome to LJ News. From an outsider's perspective, Smit seemed to have the world at her feet. She was a 22-year-old student when she scrapped together $10,000 from her savings to start her own beauty product in 2017 called the Quick Flick, a game-changing eyeliner that stamps the perfect wingtip look. A second brand followed with the launch of Beauty Fridge, a chic benchtop mini fridge designed to preserve skincare products. Fast forward 5 years, the now 27-year-old from Perth has made her debut on the Forbes Asia 30 under 30 list after building an astonishing $15 million business. But her extraordinary rise to the top didn't come easy, as the self-made entrepreneur reflected on her secret battle with mental health after struggling with the darkest moments of her life. I was extremely good at wearing a mask and pretending my life was perfect. I pretended I was strong when I was struggling. I pretended I was happy when I wanted to die because I saw no way out. Iris told 7 Live in an exclusive interview. In the midst of a hugely successful brand, she says she was struggling immensely behind closed doors. I became completely exhausted over the idea of living, she told 7 Live. It was the very start of January 2019 when I wanted to go to bed and never wake up. My lowest point was when I found myself imagining all the ways I could end it, wishing there was a reset button on my life that I could press. It makes me emotional thinking about how dark my life became during that time. It's indescribable to feel as if there is no way out because you believe you're unfixable. You feel like you cannot breathe and slowly suffocate. After watching her parents split at a young age, Iris says she felt an intense self-depreciation and self-loathing. As a child, I started to think my parents splitting was a reflection of something that was wrong with me, she says. Just one day before she turned 18, she moved out of home due to personal reasons. That was the hardest part, packing up my entire life into the boot of the car to move in with a friend when most 17-year-olds are planning their 18th birthday, she says. There were moments I feared I would become homeless. For me, every day became about survival. My business and the long hours I worked became an unhealthy addiction to escape my dark life. I completely burned myself out both physically and mentally. I was working ridiculously long hours, working from 6 a.m. until 1 a.m. in the morning. I tried to do everything myself at the start, which I now know is not how you grow a business. Just 3 months after launching her products, British Australian businessman Andrew Banks offered to invest $300,000 and a deal for 25% of her company. By the time she had to sign the contract, 5 months had passed. Iris decided to reject the offer after she realized her brand had grown into a multi-million-dollar business. Before coming up with the beauty idea, Iris would spend 20 minutes a day struggling to draw her signature wingtip look on her face. She thought turning her challenge into a unique stamped eyeliner was the inspiration behind the Quick Flick. But looking back, she realized starting her business was very much about ownership. I was giving robotic responses over the idea behind my brand, but it was actually a way for me to claim ownership over something that couldn't be taken away from me like so many other things in my life, she says. As she quietly battled mental health, Iris says she couldn't pluck up the courage to seek help at first. I associated getting help with admitting I was crazy, Iris says, but hitting rock bottom was the greatest catalyst towards getting help. Her turning point came after a chance encounter with a physician led to her seeking help from a health professional. She told me I needed to get help to remove the brick wall within me, Iris recalls. I had just recently gotten out of a 5-year relationship, Having that fresh start in my life definitely motivated me to finally seek the help I wanted and to recreate the life I wanted to live. Finding the courage to address her mental health struggle was a revelation. Once I got help, the shame around what had happened slowly started to peel off, and I saw the benefits in sharing what I had been through. A story that had once crippled me became one that allowed me to feel empowered and inspire others, she says. Ara says she now feels thankful after she found the strength to heal herself. On 26th of May, Aris was among the entrepreneurs named in the coveted Forbes 30 Under 30 Asia Retail and E-commerce list of 2022. I feel extremely honored, especially as a young female entrepreneur who has bootstrapped my business from day one, she says. It's quite emotional for me to think back to where I was 5 years ago, depressed, suicidal, and wishing for a reset button on my life, to now being recognized in Forbes. I'm really proud to be representing others who have struggled with their mental health. There is a way out of these struggles that we don't speak about enough, and more importantly, you can turn your life around and make a better one for yourself. Survivors need to know that it's possible to overcome trauma and to understand they are not broken. If you need help in a crisis, call Lifeline on 131114. For further information about depression, contact Beyond Blue on 1300 224 636 or talk to your GP, local health professional, or someone you trust.